the Rotring Rapid Pro 2.0. This pencil has been the most confusing pencil I have used. First things first, lead holders do not generally come in any sort of meaningful packaging. However, sorry for that. However, this one is unique because it comes in this wonderful box with black exterior, red interior. I have two of these pencils on hand today. This is how it is presented. Let's get them both out and the box is out of the way. So there's something nice about these pencils. Um, they are they are expensive. The pricing is very steep, and is it justified? First impressions. I have been showing this to many of my colleagues, friends, and family, and the first reaction that everyone has for this pencil is wow. I might be foreshadowing here, but first impression does not necessarily mean that it is correct. What are we looking at today? This is Rotring Rapid Pro 2.0, and as of 2024, this is one of only two lead holders that Rotring still manufactures in the 2.0 size. One is, of course, this, and the second one is the Rotring 300. They have discontinued all of their other 200 2 mm lead holders, including the 500, 600, 800. In fact, I spent a lot of time looking for Rotring 800, could not find it. Maybe that's good for me. I saved a bunch of money, else I would have ended up buying that one too. All right, why do people love it when they hold it the first time? The It feels very premium. It feels solidly built. It is a full metal construction. It has significant heft. The knurling is very, very precise and very comfortable. It just blends into your hand and is a wonderful writing instrument. I am not going to get to the ratings just yet. I have also tried drawing with it, so we'll have a rating on this by the end of the video. So yes, the heft is good. It leaves a great first impression. It makes you want to write with it. While the outside construction is all metal, the interior pencil or the interior lead holding part of it seems to be plastic. Let's see if we can open it to confirm. Comes off like this and like so. I should have removed the tear. Just 1 second. Getting the end cap off. While I do this, of course, it has a sharpener at the end. No eraser. And as you get it out, you see that the the portion that holds the lead is made of plastic. I am not complaining. It works just fine. Maybe having brass inside would have made it a bit too heavy to use. It's already considerably heavy in the hand. So maybe it's a good thing they left out the brass inners and just the metal body is good enough. It's available in a bunch of colors. I think there's a silver and there's a black. More about the finish. It has hexagonal section behind the grip section. The grip section is round. All of that I think is abundantly evident in the video. You can see what else is there if you catch something. Of course, the red ring, Rotring, goes well with the overall aesthetic of this pencil. So yes, first impressions are wow. You just hold this and you want to write with it. It's one of those writing instruments that you just hold in your hand and you have to use. It it encourages you to get your hands moving and start writing. I know I'm delivering high praise for this, I must admit, or I must declare that all of these pencils and lead holders and leads that you see on my videos are self-acquired. These are not sponsored, and my opinions are completely independent. The pluses I have waxed about endlessly. What the basics, yes, the lead advancement is automatic. It is not a drop clutch. I like it. I think both drop clutches and automatic advancements have their place. The drop clutches work well for drawing. You get the right length of the lead the moment you want it, but you also have to be careful, and they're not the most convenient to use while on the move. Automatic lead advancement is better for on the go, or maybe if you're using it in meetings to take notes. It's just less awkward to it's just less awkward than, let's say, for this one, having to hold your hand in front of your pencil, adjust the length, and then start writing. Probably not the most professional way of going about it. So yes, um, automatic advancement has its benefits. Now, during my initial writing samples, I really honestly felt that the weight will help in writing. The Like you have in fountain pens, it just writes under its own weight. So with this pencil also, I believed that you would not, or I would not have to press hard into the paper as I write. I could just have most of the work done by gravity, pushing the pencil down onto the piece of paper. The hypothesis was correct. However, it only holds for short writing sessions. Quick update on the lead. Since I have two, the first one, the one I've been using till now, this has Staedtler Mars carbon in B, and this one has Rotring. I'm assuming these are HB LEDs. I'm not sure if the LEDs have. Uh, no, the LEDs, at least the ones that came in these pencils, they do not have any lead grade mentioned on them. So I'm assuming it's HB, and I'm assuming it's Rotring. As you can see, this one is more black, while the Staedtler LEDs tend to be on the grayish side of the scale. Why do I have two? Again, the pricing is steep. These are pretty expensive compared to what a regular lead holder costs. They're easily 2 to 3x of a standard lead holder. So that is expensive. And given the construction, yes, I think it justifies the price. For drawing also, okay, let's come back to drawing. I want to finish how it feels while writing. Short writing sessions. So writing, I'll have to split into two. If I come to a subsection over here, when I talk about writing, so there will be short and long. For short writing sessions, it works well. It works wonderfully. Why? Um, because the problems from the long writing session do not become evident. So when I say short, I'm looking at taking notes during meetings, making your to-do lists. So maybe you're writing 3 to 4 lines or up to 10 lines and then taking a break. All of these scenarios, it works well. But if you want to get into a long writing session, you just want to sit down and write 3, 4, 5 pages. I think anything beyond 3 A5 sheets or maybe 1 to 1.5 A4 sheets is where this starts to get really tiring. Um, More than tiring, I personally had pain in my wrist as I was using this for the longer writing sessions, so would definitely not recommend this. But yeah, it is a good everyday carry. Looks smart when you're carrying it, and I also realize as I compare the one I've been using versus the one I just took out of the box, the grip section tends to get a bit smoother with use. This one has a bit more bite to it, and the paint is matte. It also gets smoother with use. The fresh one has a raw crispness, roughness, slight roughness, which is good to it, but then it just goes away and gets smoother as you keep using it. My period of use, I've been using this one for about 2.5 weeks, and any video I make, I would have used at least 1 week. I would have used the product for at least 1 week before I come and talk to you about it, and 1 week of extensive use. I tend to write a lot, so I think I get most of my talking points during that period. The clip is good, it helps you clip onto your shirts. It is not sprung like you have in fountain pens. I'm sorry I keep comparing this to pens because the price point at which it comes in, its comparison is more towards entry level fountain pens than your typical lead holders. The other good thing about this is the end cap. It is pretty convenient to use. There are certain other end caps in lead holders that are just very difficult to remove. This one has just the right amount of friction and works well. Also, I realized that Rotring makes a standard 120 lead as against Mitsubishi Uni, Staedtler, and Kohinoor. No, Kohinoor I think is 120 Rotring is also 120 Where it becomes relevant is if you're planning to load a new lead from the back. What happens is I'll just bring out a new lead and demonstrate what happens. Let's get this HP lead out. So what you're going to see is the Staedtler leads and Mitsubishi Uni leads being 130 Once you want to load them, it sticks out of the back, and this is a problem with the construction because now I don't have any leverage to really push the lead in. If you look at another pencil, this is a Staedtler 925. Once you open this, you have a little bit of brass mechanism sticking out, so you can operate it and just progress the lead a little bit and it becomes usable. That is not something that happens or that you can do here. What I've been resorting to is using one of my other lead holders to just slide in, grip this section, push it a couple of times till the lead goes far enough inside, and then you can use it. Does it accept a full? Also, I've not tried this, but this has a sharpener inside. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to start pounding the back of a lead with the end cap. But if I front load this one, it goes all the way in. So yeah, feeding the lead from the end cap is not something that you'll be able to do for the longer leads. For a 120 lead, it should work just fine. I think this one, since I've been using it, is down to approximately 120. Is it? Let's see. Yeah, it is almost exactly 120 right now, and it fits right in. It's perfectly flush, and then you put the cap back on, click, 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 and you're good to start writing. So yes, maybe extending the inner mechanism slightly higher would have made life easier for using the longer leads. Of course, when I started using it, I really liked it. I ended up getting the second one, but over the period of the week, as I used it, I realized that this is more of a short writing tool than a long writing tool. So overall rating on a 7-point scale, I would still goes somewhere between 5.5 to 6.5. It is a really good writing instrument. It makes you want to write, and if it does that, then I think it is it is good for the most part. Also, a quick tip: if you're writing slightly longer sessions, you'll realize that holding it, my natural grip is slightly further away. This is where I tend to hold my pencils. But if you hold it closer to the tip, I think it gets easier to manage the weight over longer writing sessions. So hold it slightly further up if you plan to write longer. But for regular use, I think this is just fine. That is all that I had about this pencil. I've checked my notes. I don't seem to have anything more. The Rotring lead, there was something strange. I think so. There was this one lead which used to sing a lot while writing, and that gets really annoying for me. I don't mind a little bit of feedback. Feedback is good, but if the lead sings, then that's no good. But anyway, maybe I'll do a separate video for the lead. Um, yeah, that's all that I had about this. Final recommendations for writing very good. I think I should say 5.0 to 6.5, depending upon whether you're writing short or long. If you want a long writing session, then it's very bad. Maybe between 2 and 3, just don't use it unless you want to walk away with wrist pain. For drawing, I tried a quick sketch with it. It's okay. I would go bang in the middle, somewhere between 3 and 4. It works alright. Nothing special. Final verdict: to buy or not to buy. In this case, it's going to be it depends. It depends on your use case. If you want a good writing instrument for short sessions, buy. If you're a student or you want to spend a lot of time writing, maybe still buy, but not as your primary writing instrument, given its cost or price. This should definitely not be the first lead holder that you go with. There are a bunch of other options in the market. Sadly, not too many. I've been looking for options, and there are just a handful of products in the market. However, try a few others before you graduate to this one. Yeah, this is not the most appropriate first introduction to lead holders. But the moment you open it, the moment you hold it in your hand, you will definitely fall in love with this. That's all that I have on the Rotring Rapid Pro 2.0. Thank you very much for your time in watching this. In case you have questions, leave them in the comments and have a wonderful day.